If you enjoy the content, I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button and checking out my socials. The current Cloud9 roster is a very consistent top 5 team who has mastered the map of Overpass and allows its individuals like Sh1ro and Ax1Le to thrive on the map. Ax1Le, the second most aggressive player on this team, is posted on the B side of the map and is in charge of denying short and monster aggression, as well as delivering it for himself. Heya I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at Ax1Le and how he defaults monster on the T side of Overpass, so let's begin. Now let me show you what Ax1Le does at the start of the round. Ax1Le will always throw a Molotov towards short to deny short aggression. There are a few different Molotovs you can use, but this is Ax1Le's. At the start of the round, he's going to come out of spawn, he will put his crosshair directly in the middle of the B and keep it there, while running in line at this shadow. He'll keep running, and as soon as he hits the shadow, he will jump throw. This Molotov is pretty good, as it lands really quick, denying any early CT presence. But you don't have to stop to line this up, allowing you to push into an area like short at the same time. And you can see from Elijah's POV, roughly when he gets around bridge, the Molotov from Ax1Le is already landing, and he would take a lot of damage if he were to run through it without a smoke. That is one of the most harder Molotovs I've seen thrown on short, so if you want a simple lineup, you can use Zipex's, where he stands at the edge of the shadow, aim at the bottom left of this B, and jump throw. This Molotov is pretty consistent, but you do have to stop to throw it, so you are giving the CTs the room to push into short, without you being there to contest. Or if you want something a bit in the middle, where you don't have to stop for too long, but you want to be there pretty fast, you can use Rops's lineup, where at the start of the round, he will come towards this B, he will roughly put his crosshair in the middle of this tower, aim to the right, and then left click throw after a few steps. I think in this clip I aimed a bit too much to the right, and a bit too much up, but it still works. In round 7 we can see Ax1Le is going to throw the same Molotov, however in this round he's going to combine this with a flashbang. And that flashbang is there to condition the CTs to perhaps make them think it's an early B pop. So let's say the CTs get used to seeing that flash, they may not be as reactive, meaning when Cloud9 actually do go for an early B exec, it may catch him off guard. Once he gets towards monster, he may also think about throwing a smoke. And even if you're not going for short control, this smoke is pretty nice. Because you threw your Molotov denying any presence on short, the CTs can't push in there without their own smoke to investigate, and they might not want to contest it. And if you do throw the smoke a bit to the right, this can be really beneficial for you, as you can run behind it and use the edges of the smoke as a one-way, as well as making it a bit uncomfortable for the CTs to hold.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about, Phil, not a fucking clue.
Now what should you do after you've thrown your Molotov? Well, you have two options. Either you can default towards monster and hold for monster control, or you can push into short and hold for short control. Let's focus on monster control first. In this round, Ax1Le is going to jump down and throw his smoke towards short pipe, as for a similar reason I showed in the other section. Afterwards, he will hug this wall and play anti-flash, making it so if the CTs were to pop through the smoke, Ax1Le will have full vision to fight. But once the smoke fades, he's just going to hold it for any potential aggression. And if you want to, you could also do something similar with a teammate. In this round, Hobbit's pretty much doing the same, hugging the left wall, playing anti-flash. And if you're wondering why they're playing anti-flash so much, you can check out the video I made about Na'Vi's dangerous pop flash for monster, where it got me just killed so many times. But during this, Ax1Le is going to do the exact same, play anti-flash, and then sometimes check his short pipe, just in case. Now, it's quite common to see Ax1Le play a bit further back during the mid or late in the round, as he usually plays around this area to make sure he can hold monster control, but is also ready to rotate to mid. In this round, he's just going to be jiggling left to right behind this wall, and the CTs may struggle to spot him instantly, as the fence in front of him may skewer their vision. Let's say if you want to play a bit safer or a bit further back, you can do this jump peek, where Ax1Le in this round will jump behind the barrel, using the fence to spot for any information. Once the smoke is about to fade, he's going to throw this flashbang that lands right in front of short pipe and gets a bit of the monster and jail, making it harder to gain information from the CT side. However, if you do leave your post on monster and decide to return back, you do need to be aware of any possible monster aggression, like in this round when Ax1Le wanted to leave but later returns and finds a surprise. This is personally one of my favourite angles to play, as it can be a pretty nasty off angle. Ax1Le is going to be playing in front of the door, playing a weird off angle, ready to catch any CTs pushing out. And I'm also certain no one would pre-aim this angle, as they would have so many other angles to clear. And it's worth noting from this position, you won't get affected by the Na'Vi pot flash. Lastly for Monster, there was a few rounds where I've seen Ax1Le with a flash in hand ready to flash short. And by doing something like this, it can tell the CTs at the T side has gained short control and they need to be careful of it. Or it could also force them away from short if they were doing any boosts, or if they were aggressing. In round 13 we're going to see the exact same thing, and before Ax1Le rotates towards A, he's going to throw this flashbang. And it's a nice detail because it's so late in the round, it's probable Team Liquid will try to gain information if they haven't heard anything around B. And it can also be useful to flash interns out of connector if you wanted to peek short. Now that we've taken a look at monster control, what happens if you want to take short control? Well, Ax1Le may do this around 40% of the rounds, and especially if it's during an eco or a force buy. In this round, Ax1Le is going to throw his Molotov, and because he threw his Molotov, the CT side will find it difficult to push into short, and will allow Ax1Le to push in at the same time. When he gets into short pipe, pay attention to his crosshair placement. He will first check for any connector boosts, before making his way out, checking for the generic sandbag boost, holding for a second to see if he can catch anyone's head jumping past him, then he'll make his way onto short. Now, this is the only time I've seen Ax1Le peek onto the site, but likely because he's got so far ahead, and the CTs are on an eco, he's going to try bully the site by peeking into short early. But well, it doesn't turn out in his favour. In round 15, we're going to see similar movements. Ax1Le is going to throw a Molotov and make his way towards short pipe. However, the CT side threw a Molotov. Again, because he also threw his Molotov, both Molotovs will go out at the same time, allowing Ax1Le to fight at a similar time. But once the Molotov goes away, you'll see similar crosshair placement before he makes his way out and catches a lead pushing, who was forced to wait behind the Molotov. Now that he's got the kill on short, he will immediately fall off to deny any trades. Now there's also rounds where Ax1Le will have a teammate in Hobbit. In this round they're not going to use any flashbangs, but if you want to feel safe, you can get a third person to flash you in. But both Ax1Le and Hobbit are going to push in together. Hobbit will clear short, while Ax1Le is hiding in short pipe, waiting for any boosts, and can also somewhat be playing anti-flash, as just in case the CTs wanted to flash in, the cover of the pipe will save him. Once they gain short control, they will get set up to hold it. In the fourth round of the first overtime, we're going to see the exact same thing, where they're going to get Molotov'd, Hobbit will go out first, Ax1Le will wait inside of the short pipe for any potential jump peaks and boosts, and once they're confident no one's going to go for a play, Hobbit will get close and get in position. And if you want to use some util to help you get out, you could do something like this, where in this round, Ax1Le threw his Molotov, headed towards short pipe, and right click throws a smoke. This smoke will have similar applications as shown previously, however because of the way he threw it, it allows him to have a tiny little gap he can use to see through. And certainly a CT would not be clearing this if they were to swing out, as they may be looking behind the smoke, as that's where a traditional T will play. But once Ax1Le is done being patient on short pipe, he's going to catch a leech pushing, Inters will throw a deadly flashbang from connector, which almost blinds Nitro but he turns away, however Ax1Le gets the best of him, giving his team a 5v3 advantage. Now that you have short control, how do you hold on to it? Well, let's have a look at that. In this round, Ax1Le and Hobbit have short control, and Ax1Le will be inside of the short pipe, while Hobbit is playing this off angle on the fence. As mentioned before, Ax1Le can be using the cover of the pipe as anti-flash just in case the CTs wanted to pop out. However, if the CTs wanted to lurk out, Hobbit should be able to catch them. And in this round we're going to see a similar setup. Except in this round, Ax1Le is going to be flicking between Short and Monster, occasionally holding his back to make sure no CTs can lurk behind him. However, Team Liquid are soon wanting to take short control and try to molly Hobbit out of position. As a result, Hobbit will put the molly out and call Ax1Le for help, where he makes his way over, clears the boosts, and lets Hobbit take the first contact, likely getting ready to counter any flashbangs. And Ax1Le may also play the short pipe position by himself if he has no friends, like somebody we know. When watching Ax1Le's demos, I've noticed he's quite slow. He likes to move slowly when taking map control. He doesn't put too much haste into it, he slowly makes his way in, sits on a spot where he has a smoke for one way or cover for anti-flash. Then he will proceed forward. He likes to misdirect. It's common to see Ax1Le forward random flashbangs early on Monster or a smoke for Short to create misdirection about his and the team's positioning. Lastly, he's quite safe. You will see Ax1Le play far back a lot of times or holding an angle for a boost for a while. This is either him wanting to catch someone or ready to rotate off to A. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you need to improve your defense on the CT side of Overpass. Well, I showed off a nice setup from Liquid on B, which you can check out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.